My name is Megan Moore and I'm a Blood Cancer Support Coordinator for the Leukemia Foundation. My role is to work with the patients and families of people living with blood cancer to help them through this really difficult time and to discuss transitions to returning to work and helping them work through the difficult sort of side effects that can impact on their return to work, such as fatigue. Patients who are wanting to make a return to work should have a discussion with their healthcare team so they can come up with the best solution for them and any restrictions that they may need to be aware of. Patients can take this to their employer and have that discussion with them so they can work together to make the adjustments that need to be made to return to work in a safe and sustainable environment. Where I can help with that is having a discussion with yourself and your healthcare team to work together with your specific or the patient's specific employer to see if there's any intricacies we need to be aware of. So when a patient's returning to work, the first thing they need to do is have a discussion with their employer about what adjustments may need to be made. They would have had discussions with the healthcare team to sort of outline what restrictions they may have and what things they need to be mindful of in future. That discussion also needs to be had with your employer. It is really important to make sure that the risks involved in you returning to work is something your employer is made aware of. For example, very specific risks such as cytotoxicity, your medical team will ensure that you're aware of what to be mindful of. Additionally, risks such as medications that you might use while operating heavy machinery. Again, your medical team will ensure that any risks that you need to be aware of and pass on to your employer are definitely something that you're discussing when you're talking about a return to work. Some less specific risks that you might need to be mindful of and discuss with your employer is how your treatment is impacting on your energy levels. This might mean that you need to take more specific breaks. You might not be able to do as long shifts as you were previously able to, and you may need to sit or stand at regular intervals. Your employer's responsibilities in helping you get back to work can include a variety of different sort of accommodations that they need to make. Cancer actually comes under a disability in terms of the Working Act in Australia. So Australian law dictates that it's a disability rather than an illness. And what that means is your employer is required to make reasonable adjustments to assist in your return to work. So whether that's changing your duties of your job to allow you to do it to the best of your abilities at the moment, giving you additional sort of time off or changing your working hours to accommodate your fatigue or treatments that you may need to attend, or if it's changing your workspace, so giving different equipment that may help you work in that space a bit better. Employers can access funding via Job Access, which has an employee assistance fund. Job Access is a program that's run by the Australian government to assist employers with assistive equipment such as software for computers, desks or tables that may be required for people to return to work. The additional benefit is that the employer is gaining their valued employee back to the workplace with minimal interruption. An employer can't fire an employee due to their cancer treatment or cancer diagnosis. It's important to know that in relation to your treatment, so for example, if you've had a lot of time off as a result of treatment, as long as you're keeping your employer in the loop and advising them that your reason for being absent from the workplace is as a result of your treatment, they can't fire you. If you feel that you've been discriminated against, especially in relation to your employer where they may have terminated your employment, my advice is to get in touch with Fair Work Australia and discuss your specific set of circumstances and that employer with them. If a patient is looking to retire or stop working and they aren't at retirement age or feel like they're not financially set up yet to retire, but as a result of their diagnosis or their treatment, they would just like to stop working to focus on their family, the first thing that you would do is have that discussion with your employer, make sure that you're comfortable and that none of your entitlements as a result of working there or any of your superannuation or income protection entitlements will be impacted by this, by stopping work. The other thing to keep in mind is a lot of people, when they do stop work or they do retire, can feel a sense of loss and a lack of purpose moving forward. A way to combat that would be to engage yourself in volunteering activities, and the best way you can do that is to seek a volunteering activity with an organisation that is something that you're passionate about, to give you that sense of purpose and give you a drive to work, perhaps for them, but without the pressure of needing to work with your employer. So if a patient is struggling financially or they're not really sure where to go with their current financial situation, there's several services that they can access, such as financial counselling, where you can discuss your current financial situation and go through any debt relief services that they may be available. Additionally, you can look at your current superannuation fund and see if you have any entitlements as a result of having your current super fund. You may also have income protection, where you can access certain funds as a result of being off work. Additionally, Centrelink also has both the New Start and the sickness benefit. New Start, however, would require you to be applying for roles ongoing. As a result, some people would tend towards the sickness benefit. With the sickness benefit, as long as you're able to provide medical information every 3 months, this benefit should be ongoing. It's just a matter of ensuring that you're discussing this with your healthcare team and also in constant conversations with Centrelink. If you have income protection, you may be able to access a portion of your fund through the duration of your illness. However, it is really important to have a discussion with your insurance agent, but also with your employer, just to make sure that you're continuing to have eligibility and that you're meeting all the requirements you need to as a result of the current fund that you may have. If you're self-employed, you can speak with a business advisor or financial advisor specifically for self-employed workers. They can talk you through your current financial situation and how best to manage your financial situation moving forward, especially if you have employees or if you're self-employed, to manage your superannuation fund and any other bills you may have. If a patient or family member has questions about a return to work or about anything regarding their treatment or diagnosis and they'd like to have a chat, by all means, please don't hesitate to give us a call. The best number to reach us on is 1800 620 420, or you can contact us via the website, which is www.leukemia.org.au.